went and saw the movie Us.
Yes, yes, yes. Phenomenal. Alright, so Jordan Peele's This Is Us. Okay, so of course I'm an avid diehard Jordan Peele fan. I liked him when he was on the Key and Peele show on Comedy Central. He has just always been hilarious to me. So when Get Out came out, I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Kind of seemed like, I don't know. But, as everybody was, I was drawn in, amazed, inspired, woke. All that. So I mean, everybody was, when I saw that preview for Us on Christmas, I'm like, yo, this dude I got 5 on. He done made it scary. We gotta go see this movie. I was like so intrigued because that whole doppelganger evil twin thing that make everybody feel at ease and like, that scared everybody. So I'm like, this is gonna be so dope. Honey, he is getting ready to come out with Candyman, and when I tell you I'm here
he's doing Candyman? I didn't know he was the one that was producing Candyman.
No, he's gonna direct it. He's already gotten the green light, okay?
I'm gonna go see that one too.
I don't know, because they had me scared as a shit so bad, like traumatized. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hang with that one, because I was barely able to hang on with Us. This is spoiler full. This is not spoiler free. So if you do not want to not know what happened and you didn't see it, don't watch this till Monday or Tuesday whenever you catch it on bootleg on the Fire Stick. So we start out, I think it started in 1986. You start out with little Adelaide watching a commercial about, I think, Hands Across America. So then she's like, flipping the channels, looking at commercials and TV. Next thing you know, they cut to them being at an amusement park. I think they're at the fair or whatever. So her dad, and her mom, he throwing like the little balls or whatever to get her a prize, and he asked her what prize she wanted, and she wanted the Michael Jackson Thriller shirt. So she puts it on. She has her candy apple. Her mom and dad weren't like vibing and getting along. They was arguing and whatnot. So she kind of in her own little space and own little world. So the mom had to go to the restroom, and she was like, come on, use the restroom with me or whatever. And she was like, I don't want to. So she already knew that dad wasn't going to pay attention and watch her. So he was like, can you please watch her? He was like, yeah, but he didn't. So she goes down the pier. It's storming and thundering. And I'm like, Lord, this poor little baby, she finna get lost at the sea. She finna drown. Like, why is she by herself? So I'm like, where's her father? Where's CPS when you need them, right? So she goes down, and you can just tell by the feeling, the antsiness and the anticipation. It's dark, it's rain, it's thundering. You know something finna pop off. So she walks, and she goes to this like little, I guess like, wasn't a haunted house. It's like the mirror thing, like where they have the hall of mirrors and stuff like that. So it's called See Yourself or Know Yourself or something like that. So she's going in there, and they have it set up kind of like a forest with a whole bunch of mirrors everywhere. And she walking and walking and walking and walking and walking. And then she finally, sees her reflection. But the thing is, the reflection is like this.
Oh, the back.
The reflection like this, but she like this. So as soon as you pan into the reflection, turn around, they just cut the scene. Present day. So they're in the back. They're heading to their little beach house for their little vacation or whatever the case is. Everybody eating the fast food. Adelaide the only one eating strawberries. So I'm like, okay, maybe she's vegan. But me knowing Jordan Peele's mind, that was my first little nugget and clue to pay attention to why she eating strawberries. And they done been on the road for God knows how long, and she don't want no greasy burger. I'm like, okay, so why she don't want to eat strawberries? And then also when they were in the car, the little boy had said something like kiss my anus, or he had said a cuss word to his sister because he's using the lighter, and the lighter won't turn on. So the sister's like, well, what's the trick? What are you trying to do? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I can't remember. And then the girl, the older sister said something slick to him, so he cussed at her, right? And the dad was like, hey, language, what's going on? And where did you learn that from? And who are you? So then he said something else. He was like, well, you can kiss my anus. And then the dad was like, hold on, who are you? You're not acting like, yourself. Like, where did you get this language from, and where did you pick that up? At first, I didn't think nothing of it. Later on, I did. I'll explain to you why at the end. So, like I said, she's the only one eating strawberries. Everybody else eating fast food. So then the dad says he wants to go to the beach. Adelaide immediately gets spooked. She's just like, I don't want to go. I want to stay here, blah, 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 blah. So the husband's like, what do we come here for? The beach is right here. Let's go ahead and go. So he eventually convinces her she wants to go, so on and so forth. So they finally get to the beach. They meet their friends. I know the lady's name was Kitty. I forgot what the husband's name was, but they meet their family, and then they have 2 twin girls, and they all at the beach chilling and hanging. Zora's sitting there watching she's watching the twins. The daughter's watching the twins or whatever, and it's kind of like you can kind of tell internally she's like kind of like wishing she was either them, or like wishing like, oh, I wish I was like this, I wish I was like that, you know what I'm saying? So then you pan to Jason, and he's like playing with the sand, and the girls walk over it or walk by, and they're like, hey, what are you making? Why aren't you making a sandcastle or whatever? And he's just kind of like digging, and we're trying to figure out like, okay, if you a little kid at the beach, you trying to make a sandcastle, what are you digging for and burn like a little, penguin or something like that? Like, what are you doing? So then he gets up and he gets bored with that, and he walks off. So Kitty's talking to Adelaide. She's telling her about how she want plastic surgery and what she don't like this, what she don't like that. Just talking. And Adelaide just sitting there being quiet, just letting her talk. She's like, well, why aren't you talking? And she's like, oh, well, I'm not comfortable with this not being my first language. That's like nugget number 3, right? So she eventually figures out that Jason is not there. He don't wandered off doing what little boys do. She going full panic mode and just break out, Jason, trying to figure out where he at. So you pan to Jason being by the little Merlin House of Mirrors place or whatever, and he doesn't go in there. But here's the 4th nugget. Behind him is this picture of a wolf, right? There's this picture of this like huge background, but there's a wolf on it. And if you know Jordan Peele, like I said, that's another Easter nugget. So you see him looking at this dude that's not facing him, but he's standing in this coat, and he has this like hand, the part that was in the preview with the dude like with the little bloody fingers dripping or whatever. I forgot to say this part too. As they were coming up to the beach, they were putting this old guy in a stretcher. He looked like he was dead or whatever, and he had a little poster board, and it said Jeremiah 11:11. So of course,
they using the scriptures.
Play. So Adelaide is like, oh my God, like, I don't want to go. And then of course, like, they pan to her face. So let me go on and tell you what Jeremiah 11:11 mean, okay?
Oh God.
So the premise of the movie, because they showed the scripture a few times. They actually showed it, I think, a total of 2 or 3 times, because they showed it first when Adelaide was a little girl. There were people that were up on the board. There was actually a guy on the boardwalk, and he had the same scripture before she went down the boardwalk to the actual beach. And Jeremiah 11:11 states, Jeremiah 11:11, therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape, and though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken to them.
Why in the world?
So the first 10-15 minutes of the movie, I'm Googling this in the theater. It's about to go down in my best Kevin Hart voice. I was scared. I'm like, I want to go. I want to go.
He took it to another level.
I'm like, I want to go. That's like a scripture nobody even really like low-key read. So then, like I said, we pan to Jason, and Jason sees this dude with his hands outstretched. They don't never show the guy's face, but as they're getting closer and closer and closer to the face, they pan to the mom, him eventually walking back to where they are, and the mom saying, where were you? I was scared, blah, 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 blah. So they get to the house. She's telling all the kids to get ready for bed, this, that, and the third. And she was talking to him. She's like, hey, I just want to make sure you're okay. You stick with me and I'll keep you safe. And she kind of grabbed her hand and his hand. They interlocked. And I guess that's their little thing they do to, their little bond thing that they do or whatever. So he went to sleep. She told Zora to go to sleep and put her phone away. As soon as she shut the door, Zora was up under the covers with the phone. You know how teenagers do. So she's in the room with her husband, right? And he like when I tell you he was goofy. Girl, he trying to lay all in the bed all like this, trying to like let her know he ready and this, that, and the third. Just just goofy as I don't know what. So you could just tell she was like freaking out. I knew as soon as they kind of showed her, I knew something wasn't like right. She was just in the window, just looking petrified, scared, and she was like, how coincidences always happen and things, and she was like, you know, all these coincidences have been lining up, and you know, they seem like they're occurring more and more. And I never told you what happened to me when I was a little girl. You know, I went to this fun house, you know, this thing, Hall of Mirrors or whatever the case is, and you know, I saw this version of myself, but it was not me. And you know, I think she's out to get me, and I just feel like there's this black cloud surrounding me, and I feel like, you know, she's getting closer and closer, right? Power in the whole house go off. You see the little boy Jason. He's like, "There's a family in our driveway," just like nonchalant, like whatever. This, what's new?
Are you hyperventilating at that point?
Yeah, because I knew it was finna go down. As soon as them lights went off, I knew what time it was. So he's like, "I'm just gonna go talk to them. I'm gonna, you know, blah blah blah." Just green, girl. So he goes out there. He's like, "Hey guys, you know, I don't want you guys on my property. Can you guys please leave?" They ain't said a word. I'm talking about, you ain't even heard nobody breathe. You ain't heard nobody eyes blink or nothing. They're just got the solid front sitting there like
in their jumpsuits.
In their jumpsuits, chilling in the dark. Like, I heard what you said, but I ain't going nowhere. Now who gonna check me, boo? So he go back in the house kind of like scared. Like, he was like, "Okay, maybe we do need to call the cops." And she's like, "They're not gonna be here for another 14 minutes. He's like, 14 minutes, you know, like young soldier, like young Draco. Drake. Girl, so he was like, okay, let me see what I can do. He was like, "Y'all give me the bed. So he go back outside with a bed. He's talking about, "Listen now," trying to talk all black now, talking about, "Listen now. I done told y'all. It's going on now. The cops, they on their way. You know, if we want to get crazy, we can get crazy. Okay?" Straight, you know, straight hood moment. Girl, that mama went to clicking her tongue like Black Panther, whatever she. Girl, they dispersed like just went out. Just went to the dad version went to charging at him walking fast. He is freaking out. The music don't want to go and do. So everybody hyped now because it's time. It's time. So then they're like, "Oh my God!" And he was like, "Babe, they're coming, da." So then Zora realizes her doggone window open, so she done went upstairs by herself thinking that stuff's sweet. So the mom going with her to make sure she okay. So the little boy and the dad still downstairs saying, "I'll make sure they don't lock the door." Boom, 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 girl. He just trying to just get in there. So then they go upstairs and they show Zora, girl. Somebody is climbing the tree like a cheetah. I don't know if it was the mama or the girl Zora, but honey, she was getting it. Okay, she was getting it. So remember our Easter eggs, right? Let's go back.
All right.
Because this is stuff I realized kind of towards the end of the movie as I was driving home petrified and shaken to the core, and also a few days later. Okay, so the first Easter egg, when she was eating her fruit and everybody else was eating fast food because she was the real Red. She was tired of eating bunny rabbits. Remember when Red told them all they could do was eat, all they fed them down there was raw rabbits? Yeah. That's why all the rabbits was in the cages. Yeah. Little baby don't want no meat. She is vegan. She pescatarian, whatever you call it. She appreciates her experience, and she don't want to eat no meat. So that's why she was eating the strawberries. First Easter egg. Second Easter egg, when they on the beach. Little Jason, because I've heard a lot of this commentary back and forth. Oh, Jason was switched out too. That's why he looked at a mama like that, and that's why he did this, and that's what he did that. At first, I was like, that little boy was not switched out, because how? What happened to him to make us know or think that he burnt himself up or hurt himself, whatever, right? But remember, we go back to the car, and he's trying to do the trick with the lighter, and the lighter's not working. He in there using language he ain't never used before, cussing and saying, "Kiss my anus, sister," and the third and dad's like, "Who are you? Why are you talking this way? Who are you?" So that's the first sign that he ain't the real Jason.
Wow.
And the second sign is when he was at the beach. Remember, the twin girls was like, "Why aren't you building a sandcastle? What are you doing?" Little buddy was digging and burrowing a tunnel. Why are you building a tunnel and burning a tunnel unless that's all you know?
Oh.
You feel me?
Okay.
So that was the second Easter egg, that he wasn't the real Jason. You feel me? So then we go back to, what other clues did we have? Oh, also how she was like acting like, you know, if your man want to get busy in the bed, you ain't gonna be acting all scared and paranoid. But you are if you know you done took somebody, if you done took and swapped yourself out with somebody, and you know they coming for you. You feel me? And the third and the fifth or final clue that I had for me that, you know, Red was possibly the real Adelaide was her voice. Because I was always thinking the whole while, because like I said, when I'm a Jordan Peele fanatic, I looked at that preview 800 million times. I remember when the little girl choked her, and I was just wondering the whole movie, I'm like, why they ain't showed this part yet? What's going on? But I was so scared I really didn't remember. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, here we go. She choked the mess out of her. That's why she talked like that, because she had trying to, even when Lupita was doing one of her interviews, she said it's some kind of condition where, like, when people have trauma to their vocal cords or something, they talk like that. So she actually had to sit with people that really, you know, had that you know, that kind of condition or whatever. So even as she was saying that, I'm like, okay, so the red one can't talk, and even in the in the preview, she's like, be careful, you know, talking like that and stuff like that. And I'm like, why is she talking like that? And then when I was thinking about the previews, I'm like, that's when the thought kind of came to my head. I'm like, I wonder if she the real one and she not the real one.
Wow.
That was always a thought. Major Easter egg was definitely Peele put in there capitalism. He put in there like statuses of class. He put political. The whole Hands Across America thing is from I think that was like 1986. That was a real campaign that, like, you know, We Are the World, that song that guy did with all those entertainers where they try to raise money for AIDS or whatever the case was. But this was a real thing where like 14 million people had their hands outstretched across America trying to, like, end either homelessness or hunger or something. Come to find out, long story short, it did not work. They put way more money in than they actually got from the charity. So it didn't work. So I think what he was trying to say with that is that, you know, you think that you're helping, or, you know, you helping a cause, but you're not really helping. And then also with, like, the situation in the relationship with Gabe and his friend, it's like, you know, social classes, like, we all got those friends, and then just all in the world together, they're, you know, basically the haves and the have-nots. You got these people that feel that they're privileged, whether it be, you know, black, white, Asian, purple, black, or yellow. I got this, but, you know, you got this. So anytime I see you trying to come up or bring yourself up, I'm going to make you feel away and pick at you, because I know that you low-key struggling. You get what I'm saying? And then also with the tethered and the real people, it's like when Red said, she was like, who are you people? And little boy was like, it's us. Red said, we're Americans. Okay, so they down, like I said, they're down below, you know, not having everything that the above have. But so you can also relate that to people in third world countries that see us as Americans, you know, being all lavish and not, you know, taking our blessings and what we have and taking it for what it is and being thankful and humble. And, you know, just thinking of it as like, you know, throwaway, like whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I got regarding the tethered and the real people. It's like, you know, you want, even with Kitty's character, you want plastic surgery, you want this, you wanted to be an actor, you wanted this, that, and the third. And the girl, I think at one point, like, her doppelganger was gonna actually get ready to cut her face off, like, because she had the scissors to it and she was doing like that. But then she heard her husband and Gabe on the boat struggling or whatever. So it's like, you know, she wasn't as vain as Kitty was. You know, she just wanted to put on lipstick. You get what I'm saying? The simpleness in that. She just wanted to put on lipstick, and she was so happy when she did it. You get what I'm saying? She creeped out, eyes all bugged out, ghastly, dark. She didn't even care. As long as she had lipstick on, she's happy. But Kitty talking about all this plastic surgery and how she wished this and how she wished she did. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I said, there were Easter eggs about capitalism, you know, social class and statuses, and, you know, the climate that America's in. Everybody knows that, you know, racism is still present and prevalent, you know, with everything that's going on. But, you know, as long as we ignore it, it's all good. You get what I'm saying? Let's put a little cute bow on it, or a band-aid, or let's say, oh, well, let's feed America, or well, let's do this and let's do that. It's all good, but it's not. You get what I'm saying? Because the situation is still there. So those are my Easter eggs. That is my review. I hope y'all enjoyed. I love the movie. Take all mistakes in love, and go check it out. Go support that young brother. He is doing amazing things, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Deuces.
Creep on in, on in, on in.